Good evening, all of you. Am I audible to all of you?
Good evening,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
audible.
Good
Am I
evening,
audible
ma'am.
to all of you?
Good
Yes,
evening,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us wait for a few minutes. Then we'll start the session. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
3 more minutes and then we'll start the session.
Okay, ma'am.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you
Good
all?
evening,
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good, ma'am.
You're all
Fine,
well?
ma'am.
Yeah, good,
Fine,
ma'am.
ma'am.
How about you?
I'm good.
What about you?
हाँ बिल्कुल फटाफटी हूँ. आप कैसे हो?
Touch wood, ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
So today's live session is on Montessori, and more or less, I think everyone knows about Montessori method of education to some extent or the other, right? Am I right?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
mute yourself. All of you, please mute yourself. Okay. Let us discuss what is Montessori education. The Montessori method of education is a type of educational method that involves children's natural interests. They are not forced to. It's the natural interest and activities they prefer to do rather than formal teaching methods. What is formal teaching methods? The traditional method of teaching, where teachers are the formal authority. So Montessori is a method of education that is based on self-directed activity. No one is forcing the children that you need to follow this method, you need to follow that. It's a self-directed activity they love to do. And it can be through hands-on learning, through collaborative play, anything. So in Montessori classrooms, what happens? Children make creative choices what they want to do with the apparatus in the classroom, in their learning, while the classroom and the highly trained teachers, they offer age appropriate activities to guide the process. To guide the process, definitely the children, if they have any doubts regarding the apparatus or they cannot follow, it will be guided by the teachers. But the teacher will not go directly to them and approach them. When the students, they will fail to do or to understand how it works, they will approach the teachers and the teacher will guide them. So it's a self-created activity. They work, they use the apparatus as per to their own choice. And age appropriate activities here is emphasized. In India, we do not have exclusively any Montessori schools. In Montessori, the Montessori schools, they follow the apparatus, but of course, children do not stay there after 3 years because 3 years, when they are 3 years, they need to move to elementary school or pre-primary schools. But even there, they need to use some of the apparatus of Montessori. But in abroad, you'll find children, different age groups in Montessori. Till 12 years also, you'll find children in Montessori classroom. And that's why I say they offer, the teachers, they offer age-appropriate activities in the classroom. It's totally the natural interest of the children. They use the apparatus and the activities they do in the classroom. So that is what Montessori education is, totally scientific. So that is what we know about Montessori education. Clear? Is it clear to all of you? What exactly
Yeah,
is
ma'am.
Montessori? Okay. All right.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
what? Let me share a slide. 1 minute. The slide is audible to all of you? Is the
Yes,
slide?
ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
visible,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what are the advantages of Montessori education? Now, through Montessori education, it helps children to develop a critical thinking skills. You know, when they will work on their own, they will be able to find out where they're going wrong. They will be able to analyze themselves. So they will be able to think critically. So through Montessori education, the advantages are it develops the critical thinking skill of children. It improves the social skill. How social skill? It's a collaborative learning. They can use the apparatus individually. Apart from that, they can work with their peer groups also. It's a collaborative learning. So in that way, they're improving their social skills. It supports emotional development. You know what is emotional development? Emotional development, empathetic. They come out from their egocentric. They help Montessori education helps children to come out from their egocentric attitude. They learn how to be empathetic towards their peer groups. They come out from their own perspective. They learn how to accept the perspective of others. Here, we mean to say about their peer groups. Enhances creativity and imagination. It develops. They start loving to learn. They're not forced to learn. They start loving what they are doing. Develops the fine motor skill. What is fine motor skill? Using of small muscles, the hand. Okay, because it's a hands-on experience. They use their hands to do the apparatus, to fix the apparatus. Encourages problem solving skill. Now, suppose they're handling the pink tar or anything what they're handling, they're using their hands and they'll come to know where they're going wrong. So through the apparatus and through the activities they will be doing, they will learn how to solve their own problem. That's called control of error. And supports language development. They will learn different languages. Okay, definitely they will learn English. Apart from that, they will also learn the other words associated with that particular apparatus. Suppose they're handling pink tar. So in pink tar, they're learning pink, tar, small, large. So these are few words they're going to learn. Clear advantage of Montessori education, why it's important? Is it clear? Clear to all of you? Any question if you have, please come up with. I cannot see any one of you actually. So,
Ma'am, what is the meaning of pink tower?
pink tar, it's an apparatus. It's a sensorial apparatus of what course you are doing?
And I'm doing sane education course.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't have, as you're not doing Montessori, so you don't have that idea. Okay? As you're not doing Montessori, you don't have the idea. It's an apparatus which falls under sensorium.
Okay.
Okay? Am I audible to all of you? Because I cannot see any one of you.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm visible to all of you.
Yes.
Audible, ma'am.
Yeah, I can see now. I can see now. Okay, now let me share another slide with you all. Okay, now the 4 planes of development. The first plane, birth to age 6, which is also known as early childhood or infancy, which is called the absorbent mind. Clear? Now, what is absorbent mind? Absorbent mind describes a child's ability to take the information through their experiences of the environment. They come in contact. Okay, so that is called they're absorbing the things. They're absorbing what they are seeing outside. So this ability, it begins from the moment of birth and lasts till the age of about 6 years. Now, this occurs in the first plane of development as the child is developing. And this phase is divided into two subcategories. From ages 0 to 3, a child is considered as unconscious absorber. From age 3 to 6, the child absorbs information in a conscious manner. 0 to 3 absorbs unconsciously. 3 to 6, the child absorbs information in a conscious manner. So during this stage of unconscious, the child absorbs information unconsciously or unknowingly. He or she learns to sit, learns to stand, learns to walk, speak without conscious effort. Okay? So an infant will look at everything intently without discrimination of choice. So a child during this period, they will tend to mimic whatever they will see. So the unconscious powers do not have any aim. They do not know that they do not have any aim or any purpose. Purposely, they are not doing anything. 0 to 3. From around the age of 3 to 6, we begin to see the emergence of awareness or consciousness, indicating the beginning of memory. They learn how to memorize and they will do things consciously. Now, the child has here in this stage, the child will have a sponge like mind, absorbs information very easily. They can memorize also very fast. So, but now she will consciously seek certain experiences here. That will be done consciously. So, this is the difference between conscious and unconscious absorbance of information through the external environment. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute. Okay. Now the next phase is the second plane is age 6 to 12 childhood. That's consciousness imagination. What is consciousness imagination? So this development period is characterized by a craving for mental or intellectual independence. In the second plane, children begin to display the ability to reason why it happens. They will have that eagerness. They will have lots of questions and they use abstract thinking. Okay? They imagine many things. They imagine many things. They will go to school. They will see how the teacher performs in the classroom. They will come home and they'll become a teacher. So they start to reason out. Okay? So this is the second phase. The third one, the third plane, ages 12 to 18, that's adolescence. Now, what is adolescence? Adolescents want to see their own role. When we become adult, we want to have our own self-identity, which is also known as self-identity. So they want to see their role in everything. They want to be a part of everything. Because here, they're active doers, not passive watchers or listeners. They're active doers here. So in Montessori education, an authentic Montessori adolescent program they conduct puts the student on the road to the ultimate goal, to have their own economic independence, to achieve their economic independence, and to develop the knowledge and skill so that they'll be able to participate and transform the society. They know what is right, what is wrong, what to be done for the betterment of the society. What am I supposed to do? So they learn how to have their own self identity. The next one, that is maturity. Maturity is the fourth plane, 18 to 24 years. So, maturity, this development period is characterized by spiritual, emotional, and moral independence. Moral independence, what is right, what is wrong, as a part of the society, what am I supposed to do, what am I not supposed to do. So these mature individuals, they spend time thinking about their own place in the society. Where am I? What is my contribution to the society? What is my contribution to the society, and how am I a human being? What and my humanity? Indeed, an individual expresses themselves as a part of society. Clear? So these are the stages which are being taught or you learn in Montessori. So these are the different planes or stages of development. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Why do we use Montessori apparatus? Why do we use Montessori apparatus? Apparatus, there are, I'll come to it later on, what are the apparatus. But why do we use Montessori apparatus? In Montessori apparatus, we have practical life, sensorial, mathematics, and language. So I'll come to it later on. So why do we use Montessori apparatus? Montessori materials are ingenious, means creative. Hands-on learning tools are used in Montessori classrooms that are designed to stimulate children's mind. They will get excited. They will be interested to be in the classroom to use the apparatus. It will help them to encourage exploration and inspire independent learning because it's a natural interest. So they are enticing, means attractive to simple use of those apparatus and intentionally support children's learning and development. So it's a totally scientific based. Now, how does Montessori classroom works? How does Montessori classroom works? The classroom you'll find in Montessori is prepared by the teacher to encourage independence, freedom within the limits, and a sense of order because the apparatus are kept orderly on the shelves which are easily reachable by the children. So the child, through individual choice of their own, they can use the apparatus and they can make use of what the environment offers to develop himself or themselves. Okay, and the teacher will support the children. Guidance will be given only if needed. Clear? Only if needed. Now, what are Montessori apparatus? Practical life, sensorial, language, and mathematics. So these are
Ma'am,
Montessori apparatus. Yes,
ma'am, one thing
Ma'am,
I
slide is
can't
not
able
visible,
to
ma'am.
which is not
even
visible.
hearing. Yeah, yeah. No,
Ma'am,
no, no.
slide not visible.
Yes, ma'am. Slide is not visible.
Not visible.
Yeah, ma'am. Not visible.
1 minute.
No, ma'am, not visible.
It is visible.
It's visible or not visible?
Yes, madam, it is visible.
It's
It's
visible.
recognized.
No,
Not
it is
visible, ma'am.
it is
No,
not
ma'am.
actually someone started sharing, so it disappeared. It is not visible.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hey, ma'am,
Who
someone
started
started
sharing?
sharing their own screen, so we cannot see the slide.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm sharing once again. I'll share once again. 1 minute. I hope it's visible now.
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Visible,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So Montessori apparatus are practical life, sensorial, mathematical, and language. Okay, so I'll come in detail. What are the purpose of practical life? So these are just remember these are the four types of apparatus that are being used in Montessori classroom. Now, what are the purpose of using practical life materials in the classroom or in Montessori method? Who didn't mute themselves? Please mute yourself. Okay, the direct aim of practical life activities is to help children refine their fine and gross motor skill. Okay, but the indirect aim of these activities is for children to develop their sense of coordination, order, independence, and to experience the sensation of concentration. In practical life, you have napkin folding, we have how to tie a lace, how to unbutton, how to button. So these are all done in practical life. Okay, so you should know that we need coordination, we need concentration, we need things to keep in order, pouring, sorting. Okay, these things need concentration, in order, coordination. So these are all taught in practical life of Montessori. So that is the main purpose of introducing practical life session in Montessori classroom. What is the purpose of sensorial materials? Now, the purpose of sense means we have 5 senses. That's called sensorial, touching, smelling. So, the purpose of sensorial material is to aid the child in refining the child's pitch, temperature, hot, cold, weight, heavy, light, and in utilizing language in describing these qualities. So these materials are an integral part of developing the whole child. So in that way, they are directly helping the child in building mathematical mind and indirectly preparing for writing. So you will always find the apparatus that are being used in Montessori classroom, they have two purposes. One is indirect aim, or two aims you can say, another is a direct aim. Now, what is the purpose of language materials? Now, Montessori observed that children have a thirst for language. They have a curiosity to learn, and they are very curious to communicate with others. They have that curiosity. So, communication allows the child to express their needs, thoughts, beliefs, actions. So, they want to communicate, and communication is the only mode through which you can express yourself, your ideas to others. So through language, if you do not know language, so through language, we are able to cooperate, we are able to collaborate with others to receive the knowledge and to pass knowledge to others. Now, children go through a series of stages to acquire a language. What is the purpose of mathematics? Developing mathematical skills and spatial awareness, spatial means spaces in between, spatial awareness is one of the most important thing we can help children with. Now, children, they learn to recognize, understand shapes, angles, size, position, and the spaces they live in. So through Montessori, they will know, they will understand everything before they move to the elementary school. And Montessori maths has a wonderful process of working with these materials, okay, from concrete forms to the more abstract one. Clear? So these are the purpose of using practical life, sensorial, mathematics, and language in Montessori method of education. Is it clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any further in detail do you want to know? I don't think so, because in detail you just need to know how it works. That's all. Practically, you know how children are being taught to pour, to sort out things, a napkin folding, and to lace a shoelace, or to tie a lace of a dress, and to button and unbutton. These are all taught in Montessori. The same thing you can do at home also with your child. Okay, so take the child in the kitchen and give them some maybe something to wash or something to pour. So they will learn how to be, these things need concentration and coordination. So they will learn how to use, how to be more practical and sensorial. So that's the purpose. We have 5 senses, how to use those. So different apparatus are used in Montessori method of education to develop their senses. Language, if in order to communicate, in order to express yourself, you have to learn different modes, different words, in fact, to be more specific, the jargon, so that I can express myself with others. And mathematics, in order to understand the shapes, angle, size. So mathematics is the part of it. So these are the apparatus which are being used in Montessori method of teaching. So this is all about Montessori. Till this much is clear. Now a question will come up. Why Montessori? Why not a traditional method of teaching? Or what is the difference between Montessori and traditional method of teaching? Right? Any question till this? So far as I am, will you be giving the lessons for individual material? Individual material is not individual material. I didn't understand you. Practical life, you want to how it works. That's you mean to say. Who is there? 1 minute. Hema. Hema, will you be giving the lessons for individual material? Individual material means these are under practical life. There are many things. Under sensorial, there are many things. Pink tar, so many things are there. Language, spindle box, movable alphabets. Okay, so many things are there. So it is nothing to give about in detail, because it is nothing to give about in detail. It's just the apparatus how it works. But these are the apparatus under which these are the apparatus under practical life. There will be many apparatus. Okay, so this is for your information only. I don't think you need a detail about it, because now schools, they do not use all the apparatus. They use okay, they don't use all the apparatus, and it's getting changed also. So I don't think it will work out. You just know why these apparatus are being used in Montessori method of teaching. That's all. Is it clear? Any questions still so far I have moved with? No? Do you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. One minute. Just a minute. See, in practical life, you have pouring, sorting, dressing frames that I have just explained, buttoning, lacing, zipping, napkin folding. So these are nothing to explain in detail. You don't need things in detail for this. And in sensorial, I have just explained what is sensorial and what are sensorial materials. Pink tar, brown stairs, color tablets, long stairs, cylinder blocks, knobless cylinder. So these are all through hand, okay? You will understand by fillings, the blocks, which the larger block, small one. So according to the size, you have to create the apparatus. That's all. So nothing to be explained in detail here. And now language, I explained you what is language. In language, you'll find sandpaper letters. Okay, you have seen all sandpapers. That's again a touch. Okay, so they use sandpaper letters to write the alphabets. Movable alphabets. You can see that you can move the alphabets to write down. Writing insets, reading analysis chart. So these are all apparatus which will fall under language. And in mathematics, you have number rods, sandpaper numbers, spindle boxes, golden bead material, 10 boards. But again, I'm saying all these are not being now totally used in Montessori. Okay? These are not totally used in Montessori. Maybe one or two you can find. Okay. Now, let me discuss with you why we are going for Montessori and what is the difference between Montessori method and traditional method. Shall I stop sharing the screen? I think it's better we stop and we discuss on it. Okay. Let us stop sharing the screen. 1 minute. Can you tell me what the difference between how Montessori schools are different from traditional schools? Can anyone tell me? Because with so many different, nowadays we can see child care is there, daycare, there are different school options to choose from. And it's really difficult for a parent to understand or to know where your child will thrive, which will be the best one for them. So many parents, they consider Montessori schools, but they are not sure of how the Montessori approach to learning is different from what they might find in a traditional schools or in a preschool or a daycare setting. So they are perplexed where to put, what is the difference? Okay, and perhaps more importantly, they want to know if and how these differences in the Montessori approach can benefit their child. So it's a common inquisitiveness parents to often go through. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So now you tell me what is the difference?
I think Montessori is more practical and
Yes. Tell me.
I think Montessori is more practical and sensorial based. So that is why it is more important. And the apparatus which we are using, they give more practical learning to the child.
True. Anyone else? What if I ask you what is the difference between Montessori and what is between a traditional classroom?
It has more of apparatus, and every apparatus is very scientifically designed to make the child understand the entire concept. Whereas in the other method, there are blackboards, and it's not that specifically explained the way it is explained in the Montessori method.
Okay. All right. Now let me
Every
discuss.
material which is made is very scientifically designed.
True. Okay. Now let me discuss few points.
And ma'am, in traditional, we are using more traditional methods like rote learning and using the same teacher and student method.
Teachers are the
Ma'am, I
concept.
had
Teachers
put
are
up one
the.
question just
It is
now.
more teacher centered than the child centered. But in Montessori is more child centered than teacher centered. This is, I think, the main difference.
Ma'am, I had put up one question. How will we get the material lessons for these Montessori apparatus
Which
through these
material?
online classes?
Which material? You are doing Montessori?
The material like of sensorial or say
You are doing
practical
Montessori?
life.
Are you doing
Each
Montessori?
material, how would we get the lessons on this online classes?
Are you doing Montessori?
Yes, ma'am. Even
Yes,
I
I'm
am
in
learning
Montessori. Yes,
Montessori.
ma'am.
So if you are doing Montessori, you definitely will get it. We'll share it in the last stage, the last phase. Okay, in the 18th module, you'll get everything. Okay, everything will be shared.
Okay.
Everything will come to know.
All
In
right.
detail. In detail, we are going to
Okay.
share everything with you. Okay. All right. Now let me just discuss a few points which makes the difference between a Montessori and a traditional school of method. First of all, in Montessori, they develop a respect for children as unique individual. Teachers, they respect each child because we all know children are unique. No one of us is similar. So the core of the Montessori philosophy, it revolves around a firm respect for each child as an individual and the unique abilities each one, because each child they have a different unique ability. What I can do, it's not mandatory the other child is also able to do. What I can do, maybe the other child will be doing the same thing in a different way, or will have something different, unique idea. So the unique abilities each one brings to the classroom. So they give respect for that. Often, what happens in traditional preschools, all students are expected to learn concepts in the same way. So the Montessori approach, they assume the children learn in different ways. Children learn in different ways. And to help each child to reach his or her individual potential, Montessori schools, they focus on developing the whole child. And what do you mean a holistic development? Holistic developments socially, emotionally, physically, and cognitively. So in Montessori classroom, you will find children will be developed holistically. A complete development will be there because teacher, they focus on the total development of each and every child. Clear? The next one is fostering independence. That is given in the classroom for each child. So Montessori classrooms, they give or they place a high value on teaching children how to learn for themselves. Students, they are encouraged to reach their highest potential at their own individual pace. They are not forced to. They do it by themselves. They are not forced to. So the teacher, they help, they encourage them so that they bring out their talents, they explore themselves, their potential comes out automatically. In traditional classrooms, what happens? Students follow the same lessons, same pattern. In that scenario, in that case, what happens? Some of the children are left behind while others are pulled ahead. Often you will find in traditional classroom, children who are very good or who are talented students. I'm not talking of all the teachers, but of course, there will be some differences. So in Montessori classroom, students challenge themselves when they are ready, developing greater self-sufficiency and personal independence, and building their internal sense of purpose, why they're doing, and they will be motivated intrinsically. No one is forcing them to learn. No one is forcing them to do. They will do it when they will be intrinsically motivated from inside. There is the difference. They get that independence. Engaging a variety of learning styles. Now, the Montessori philosophy assumes that all children are born intelligent. And that's true, all children are born intelligent. And an individual child's learning style is as unique as his or her personality. Clear? No child in this world will be similar. Their personality will not be same, so their learning ability will also be different because they're unique. Now, keeping this in mind, Montessori classrooms provide a wide variety of settings and activities for them, which will be appealing for each child's interest. So this ensures that each child's needs are being met and every student is engaged with interest. Okay, keep that in mind, with interest, and the students, they develop the flexibility of thinking on their own. Clear? So here, teachers serving as guides. And in traditional, what happened? Teachers are the formal authority. They give instruction. They use the textbook, they give notes and all these things. But in Montessori, you will find teachers act as a guide. So the Montessori methods holds that classroom teachers are collaborative members of the learning process. Learning together, which is called progressive method of learning or teaching. Nowadays, many schools, they are moving towards progressive method of learning. They do not follow the traditional method. It's an interactive classroom. So the classroom is prepared by the teacher who serves as a guide, who encourages independency. Freedom is given to the children, but yes, within the limits. Okay? Within the limits. And a sense of order should prevail in the classroom. So here the child, a teacher, and the environment create a learning triangle. In Montessori environment, you will not find teachers standing in front of the classroom just like a traditional. Okay, so you will not find teachers standing in the classroom giving lecture. Instead of dominating the classroom, as we usually see in traditional teaching method, they just act as a guide for children's development whenever they're asked for. Whenever they're asked for. Now, children, they learn best in social environment. So the Montessori apparatus recognizes that children are born with individual personalities. And these personalities develop and grow as they interact with others, especially with other children. Okay, so when they work together, they learn much more better instead of working individually. Even in regular classroom, as a teacher, what you are supposed to do, whenever you give them any activities based on the topic, always pair them up or make small groups instead of giving individual activities. Whenever you are going to pair slow learners and fast learners, keep that in mind. Okay, so the personalities will develop as they will interact with others. So rather than trying to inhibit social interaction in the classroom, as is often done in a traditional school setting, young children spend much of their day learning and socializing with other children in the classroom. So what happens? They develop their interpersonal skills and they develop their independence and they build their confidence. Okay. Learning in unique, inspiring environment. Montessori classroom environments are intended to be fascinating places. Whenever you go to a Montessori classroom, you'll find it very interesting. So it's a fascinating place where children love to learn. They are not forced to learn. So it is believed that a harmonious, ordered, and calm classroom encourages learning. So rooms are filled with natural light, soft colors, and materials are arranged in open shelves so children can access them easily. And the operators are kept in the same shelf or same position so that the next day children do not get confused. They know where the operators are being kept. So there is an emphasis on personal choice. You can choose on your own. And there are quiet corners also for solo learning projects and large areas where children can sit together and work in groups. Specialized materials that stimulate learning. So unlike traditional schools, which often heavily used textbooks or workbooks, Montessori schools utilize a range of beautiful hands on materials and tools, which are known as apparatus, which foster a deep sense of concentration and a curiosity about the world to know. But in nowadays, in many schools, you will find smart boards. Different methods are being used in the classroom. They are also developing. They are moving towards progressive learning. In Montessori environment, we can see spatial materials are used that are uniquely designed to appeal to all five senses we have and encourage the learning process. Instinctive and active learning. So the Montessori curriculum emphasizes the belief that children they gain knowledge instinctively through active learning, not passive. Okay, because they are doing things by themselves. It's a hands-on learning. In traditional, you will find maximum students they are passive. Teacher the formal authority. Traditional classroom often emphasizes disembodied education, only rote memorizing, okay, and with just textbook learning. To the contrary, Montessori approach embraces embodied education. So the philosophy that movement, if you move, and learning are tied together. Montessori education or method that being used in the classroom, it's totally through hands-on experiences. So you have the freedom to explore yourself, which is not possible in traditional method of learning. That is not possible in traditional method of learning. So these are few points where makes the difference between a traditional method of learning and Montessori method of education. Clear? Any question? Do you have any questions? Anyone? No questions?
No, ma'am, thank you. I have been studying all this in the Montessori training, so I'm well aware about all the topics, and your explanation is very well defined. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Welcome.
so much. Your class is so better.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm Aisha Hussain. I'm doing my
Thank you, ma'am.
18th module now, and I'm
Which
on
module you are?
18th module.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing it. Still, I'm the projects I'm making and all. I just wanted to know, is it compulsory to make a detailed video of what the project the sensorial project and all? It is written in the email to make a detailed video also about it.
No, video no need to. You do not need to make a video. You just need
Yeah.
to make models by yourself with the raw materials available at home.
Yes, it is available. I am making it. So, is it okay if I send you
Yeah,
the?
no need to make the videos. We do not
Uh,
need the videos. You just make the model and you just take pictures step by step. Okay.
yes.
And you insert those pictures and create a PowerPoint presentation. That's all.
Okay, so I can just insert the pictures.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Anything more? It's easy, yeah. So nothing. I don't think you will have any questions.
No, because I'm already doing this. It is almost about to end the course, so I have learned everything till now. And this
Oh, you have
session
learned
was very
everything?
helpful, actually.
Pardon?
This session was very helpful, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything more? I don't think so. That's all? Any questions you have? No more questions? Shall we wind up?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to know that in Montessori, like uh, types of questions you are going to share with us, and second thing is that if I have missed few modules, because there was some a problem was going on, and due to which I was not able to access to the modules. So how can I get access of that now?
You are in which module?
I am in Montessori and 21st century skill.
No, you are you are not able to get the access. You were saying. So, which access you are not being able to get?
Uh, uh, I am not able to access the material. I have only two initial modules with me of what's so special about 21st century, and the rest curriculum modules I don't have.
You haven't saved them in your laptop.
No,
Why?
this is what I'm saying, because my actually I have a problem. The mobile which I was having earlier, it got misplaced, and then I just access a new one. So in this I don't have that. I just missed with
You
the
don't have any of the
contact us also.
of
Yes, ma'am. I don't.
Montessori.
Yes, ma'am. I don't have anyone.
Can you do one thing, Nidhi? Can you just mail me in details exactly what you need? So, and you just have to give me some time to share it with you the modules. I need some
Okay,
time.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
I'll write a mail to you. Yes.
So, can we wind up now?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Good
Yes, ma'am.
night, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a very nice session. Wish
Thank
you a
you.
happy new year in advance, ma'am.
Oh, really? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
happy
you.
New Year to all of you.
Thank you. Same to you, ma'am.
Same to you, everyone.
Take care and stay happy.